Do you sometimes feel like you're living life on autopilot with not much purpose? That's exactly how we felt for a long time with our 9-to-5 jobs. So what did we do? We quit our jobs without any income, and to add a layer of complexity, we left the country we're in on an adult gap year, and that too with a toddler.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It does sound crazy, right? But before you judge us, wait and watch this video till the end, because today we're going to share our 10 reasons as to why we did that. Quit a job with no income. Watch till the end because some of the reasons might surprise you. So let's get started.
For those who don't know us, we are Nabeel and Zenesta, and last year we quit our 6-figure jobs, packed up our lives in Australia, and now we are doing an adult gap year with our toddler. Our goal is simple: focus on creating a freedom-based business with the bonus of travel. Okay, let's be honest. Whether you like it or not, we are all replaceable. Now, we've been through some major restructures in our corporate life, and we have seen 50 years old really running around trying to figure out what they're going to do and very scared of redundancy. And not only that, them worrying about where their standing is in the marketplace should they become redundant. And it was not a very nice place to be, I'm sure.
We really didn't want to be in that position. Like, we wanted to create a situation and create sources of income through which we can have better control. Let's be honest, right? Like, a company, they have certain goals, and their goal is to build profit for themselves and the shareholders. So why shouldn't we look after ourselves? Like, it only makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Even if we think that we're very important in the company, like, honestly, we are all replaceable. Like, tomorrow if we leave, they're gonna replace you with somebody. So do something that we feel would be better at, and that's what we've decided to do. We sometimes forget and think that we're invincible. Unfortunately, life is really fragile, and we had some wake-up calls. Like, we wouldn't share everything, but we'll just share a couple. We built a house with a lot of effort, a lot of love, and that brand new house had a freak accident, and that left us homeless for 3 months. We lived out of a suitcase, even though we had a house that was being fixed. And also during that time, we had people close to us who just randomly passed away, and that sort of got us thinking that, what are we doing? Why do we need to accept life as it is? Why can't we do something else and invest on us for once? Whether it works or not, that's a different question. But at least we can tell ourselves that, we've done it, we've tried our best, and we wouldn't have any regrets.
This whole gap year idea thing might seem very crazy and bold to some people. Of course, it's bold because you are taking a chance. Even if nothing works out, at least we tried. Okay, a quick question for you. What is the most important resource in your life or anywhere in general?
I think it's time, right?
Yes.
But it took us a long time to realize that.
Time is the most important resource that you can have. And it's also the most important tool that you have.
And it's the most precious tool, right? Because
Yes.
you can make more money, but you can't make more time.
Correct.
We asked ourselves the question that in 10 years' time, do we see our lives pretty much the same, more of the same, or is it going to be different? For us, the answer was our life is pretty much going to be the same. There will be variables here and there, but overall, it'll pretty much be the same. And that's when we did a lot of soul searching and realized, okay, this is not what we want. We wanted something different. Sometimes we feel like if we give more time, just magically it'll change, but it really doesn't unless we take strict actions.
And the other thing is that, look, we are in our late 30s. We've almost passed half of our lives. What I want to do in later part of my life is at least live my life, the time that I'm here in this earth, in a meaningful way, where I'm investing on myself. I'm doing something because I like doing that, and I'm working for myself, not work for anyone else.
We were earning a lot, like both of us had 6-figure jobs and very well respected, good jobs. It just felt like we still didn't have a lot of money left. We were able to save and stuff like that, but it just felt like you're not progressing too much. Some may say, oh, go and get a job that pays you more. We've done that. We've continuously went and gotten jobs that paid us more. But at the end of the day, it just felt like there's a ceiling. And in order to increase your salary in jobs, the thing you have to do is get a promotion, or you gotta go and find a job in another the company. And these are the two most common ways you increase your salary. We just got very tired of this, and we were like, okay, there are other ways to make money, things that are more aligned to us and with no ceilings per se. So you can choose how much money you really need. That was a thing that we didn't really want and didn't align to us.
We got really tired of living a life on autopilot. What do we mean by that, Nabeel?
What I mean by that is you work 5 days a week, come back home tired, or even if you're working from home, you feel like, that's it. You almost like want to put your feet up, and then you've got your child and there's so many things to do, household chores and things like that. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll go meet up with a friend and, maybe go somewhere outside. But yeah,
then you repeat the whole cycle all over again.
And what happened to us that in one of these Decembers, we were looking back at the year and there wasn't hardly anything we could say that we did
we did amazing that year.
Yeah, it was just another year, and there were like these sort of things happening over and over again. And so that's when we were like, okay, you know what? It's time.
Okay, the event that Nabeel shared about us going through a fire experience in our new house, that truly, like, everyone can say that it's a bad thing happening, but what can we get out of it? The lesson that we've learned through that is the lesson of life of minimalism. How you can lead your life with just very bare minimum. You wouldn't even miss anything at all.
Exactly, and a lot of times we surround ourselves with stuff and things. That really bogs us down. It makes us fearful of wanting to let go of them. And sometimes when you have a life of minimalism and you don't have a lot of things anchoring you, you can take decisions that you wouldn't have otherwise taken.
And you can take decisions really quick and really fast. So we have been working here in Australia for over a decade, and there is just a bare minimum amount of holidays that you get each year. That was not good enough for us. We wanted to travel a bit more, explore the world, and we worked really hard while we were in our teenage years doing jobs, and we wanted to be a bit more adventurous.
By the way, 4 weeks is very generous. Like, a lot of other countries don't even give 4 weeks, so we don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's just that we wanted something different. It's almost like throughout the year you've got 4 weeks, and there will always be little bits and pieces here and there that you would need to take annual leave for. So really you would end up with like maybe 3 weeks. Because we're not from Australia, like we're from Bangladesh, we always had to make that choice. Do we go to Bangladesh or do we go visit another country? So we just got really tired of, and we didn't want to make that decision anymore. We wanted that option for us to be able to choose when we want to travel, where we want to travel to, and for how long.
And also this gap year that we curated for us really helped us in not only, travel purposes, like seeing new countries, but also giving us the time back so that we can invest in this freedom-based business that we're trying to build.
Honestly, we wanted to live a life of true personal freedom. Freedom of time, to be able to choose our own times as to when we work. Freedom of location, to be wherever we wanted to and work from there. In other words, work from our laptops. And finally, freedom of money. When doing a job, there is a limit as to how you can increase your salary. So you either go and change your jobs or you continue to get a promotion within your existing company. We wanted to have a business which is online, therefore there will be no limitation as to how much money we could earn. So we were unfulfilled in our jobs, but the question was, do we continue to be like that, or are we going to take action? We realized that if we are being the victim, like, there's no one to blame other than ourselves. Like, we have to go ahead and design something or do something else that would allow us to get away from this, and that no one is coming to save us. No one's interested in our complaints. So that's why we decided that, we have to quit it and go and do something else.
Okay, this one is the most important and the best point of all. So hear us out.
So we stumbled across this concept called currency hacking, and we realized that we can use our currency that we've earned in other countries where the currency is weaker, meaning that you have a gap. And that gap means that your money goes a long way. You don't have to save as much money in order to stretch your time in terms of living costs. And that allows you the time to go and focus on creating creating something else. And in our case, it's freedom-based businesses.
So what we have found out while doing this gap year is what we are spending in all these Southeast Asian countries is almost 1/3 of what we used to spend in Australia for a month. Now, we've done a video for that. I will link it up here. It's a very interesting video, and I feel that you will find some valuable points here. So do go and watch that video. But this concept completely changed our perspective.
Before that, it was very much like, oh, we have to push and work outside of office hours to create something. How long will it take? Motivating ourselves on an ongoing basis. Whereas right now, we have created a time which allows both of us to work on this full time, meaning that any business that you have to create takes time to build, right? So this will expedite the process only. So there you have it, 10 reasons why we quit our jobs with no income. Today, we are happier than we would ever been, like even without earning anywhere close to what we were earning before. Because at the end of the day, that is exactly what we want, is to create a business that would not be trading time for money. But does that mean that anyone watching this should be quitting their jobs tomorrow? Like,
hell no.
Absolutely not.
No.
Like whatever we did took a long time of planning and mentally preparing, financially planning, logistically planning, all of these sort of things. But what you can do though is that you can decide if the life you have today, if the jobs that you have today, it doesn't align with what you really want, then you can decide and then work towards a future where you can eventually quit your jobs and do something else that brings you more joy and happiness. And to that point, we created a free comprehensive guide that you can download from the description below.
So this guide is basically gives you a 4-step process of how we have created a gap year for ourselves so that we can focus more on building these freedom-based business while traveling the world. And if that is something that you're interested in, then you can go and get that in the description.
Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel. It really helps us be motivated to continue making videos like this. Have a great day and see you later.
Bye.